Check out the LA Jackson Show Monday through Friday on www.rawtruthradio.net. You just never know what you're going to hear next.
Know just what it feels like. Come over and dance with me. Oh, babe. Yeah. Come over and dance with me. Come over and dance with me. Come over and dance with me. Oh, babe. I see you over there sitting in the corner.
Okay, welcome back to the LA Jackson Show, and still, I'm your host, LA Jackson, and I have a new face in the place, and we've gotten him from off the beaten path. He comes to me by way of a good friend named Charlene Bowden, so big ups to her. But let's welcome Dizz the Don in from St. Louis. What's happening, my brother?
What's going on, people?
Oh, man, we can't call it, man. We're just trying to find out what's going on all over the place, man. So tell us a little bit about Dizz the Don, man. Introduce yourself.
Dizz the Don, originally from Chicago. Moved up to St. Louis, trying to do something different. Get out that atmosphere, the negativity, man, and just try to do something different with my life. So that's pretty much what I've been doing, stayed in music the whole time. Trying to make moves, man.
I hear you, man. So, how'd you get your name?
Short for disaster, man. Back in like high school, doing battles and stuff for different dudes at school, and one of them, just came up with the name Disaster. Kid Disaster is what they used to call me. We ran with that.
Okay. And so, what's your inspiration? I mean, I was looking at your bio and saw that you started off in the game early, like at age 10, writing music and stuff like that. So, what was your inspiration, and what pulled you into music to where you are at the level you are at now?
Music, for the most part, was my escape, man. It was a lot of griminess going on. I grew up in the projects in Chicago, stay with going, man. It was a lot of killing, a lot of drug dealing. It was kind of my escape from it all. Got the writing, listening. Most of the people from Chicago, Twister, and Brad and people like that, and trying to do what they did but do it better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it all came from.
Wow, man. So listen, I know down here in Atlanta, a lot of the housing projects a couple years ago, one by one, systematically were torn down, and they built new things like mixed assisted living kind of apartments and living quarters. So is that what happened in Chicago as well? Did they eventually tear down the housing projects there too?
Yeah, most of them they tore down, which is kind of sort of their thing, instead of, the records and the craziness and all of that going on in one spot. It's kind of spread out throughout the city. And I mean, you watch the news on any day, you can see the effects of that. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Both the projects that I lived in, Stateway and Latham Homes, they pretty much tore down, and everybody, pretty much dispersed throughout the city.
Okay. So, what was the catalyst that brought you to St. Louis?
Moved in with my mom, man. She just wanted something better for me and my brother, man. I lost a lot of cousins, a lot of friends, a lot of family members, just the nonsense, a lot of violence and stuff like that. And I mean, I was myself into, games and things like that. Just wanted different for us. And so she moved us here, got a job, and we've been doing cool ever since then, man.
All right, that's cool, man. So do you run into folks like Nelly out in St. Louis rolling around?
I see Chingy more often than not. Different events that I'll go to or get into. And you run into, the local guys that I do. They pop in. recently, 314 day, 314. We had Jaquan and Dizz and pretty much all the local artists, but at a show at a club here, and it was pretty amazing, man.
That's awesome, man. So, is the club scene and the live venue scene happening out there? Is it, tell us about that. Is it something that you go in, you got to be there early by 7 and finish by midnight, or do they stay up and party all night long like other major cities?
Yeah, most of the clubs here, they'll close about 1 or something like that, and we'll fall in and probably go over to Illinois, because I don't think they close till about 3. Party don't start because the club closed, but we have a good time for the most part. Like everywhere, it has its issues, but for the most part, everybody has fun. We kick it.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So, is it like one big party, or is there like cliques where, like here in Atlanta, it's very cliquish. A lot of folks got their own little groups that they stay in. Does everybody get out and mingle all together? Or you guys kind of find your own little territory, so to speak, and stay in it?
Not necessarily, man. I can only speak for myself as far as that. I haven't noticed, cliques or anything like that. You have hoods and stuff like that that'll fall in the club, but for the most part, it's a pretty mixed crowd in most of the clubs that are here.
That's cool.
Then you have like your upscale and things like that, which change the look up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got to get out there to St. Louis sometimes. I drove close by there one time. I was hanging out with Baba OJ from Arrested Development, and we went up to South Illinois, and it was interesting to see. It was on the border of 3 different states. I think, what was it? Missouri, Kentucky, maybe, as well as Illinois.
Yeah, everybody's pretty much tight knit.
Okay, cool.
Not too far away.
All right. So, do you ever come to Atlanta much?
I'm often there. I come to Atlanta, I would say 5-6 times out the year, man. Work with different artists that's there, and trying to network with different people that's there and expand the brand. So I'm there a lot, man.
Okay.
I was just there, actually. Last time I was there, middle of January, doing some things. I was supposed to come this weekend, but the team switched up. But
That's excellent, man. Atlanta's definitely turned into a big music hub, so, it kind of makes sense for you to, pop back and forth and check in and, have some little seedlings being planted here in the Peach State, or the ATL as they call it.
Absolutely. You kind of can't do nothing much in the music industry without going through ATL first, man. It's a huge hub as far as networking and getting what it is you need in order to expand.
Cool. So describe your approach to networking. Is it going to change from how you network and promote yourself in St. Louis based on trying to get out? I was looking at your bio and seeing you getting airplay out in Ireland and the UK and everything. So does your methodology to promoting yourself, is it like a bunch of different strategies, or do you kind of just have one basic strategy and you kind of blast that out every place?
Yeah, man, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Learned that a while ago, man, doing that, messing with different individuals and putting my all into different situations and kind of got burned on several different occasions. So, I pretty much try to spread out and dip and dab and everything that I can, and if it works, we go with that. If it don't, we switch it up and try something different.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, we're about to check out one of your joints right now, man. So tell us a little bit about it. Set up for us. It's called what? Get It In?
Yeah, man. That's one of my tracks I worked on a while ago with some guys, Main Event Boys. They're pretty big here in St. Louis. He produced it. Can't remember where I really got the track from, so I can't tell I the producer on that. Sorry about that. But it was. It's one of them feel-good songs, man, getting ready for the club, hanging out with the guys, and, flagging up and getting out here, man, and and being cool.
Nice, man. Well, shoot, man. Let's go on and check it out. And here's Dizz the Don with Get It In.
Yeah, I try to told him. What it is. Oh, fam. Oh, fam. Oh, I get it in. Yeah, them things up on the whip, and I got polo on my body. Polo keep from when I'm dripping. Yeah, trust nobody, do it better, man. We bout whatever. When you talking that cheddar, I get it in. Yeah, them things up on that whip, and I got polo on my body. Polo keep from when I'm dripping. Yeah, trust nobody, do it better, man. We bout whatever. If you talking that cheddar, say what it is, blood is in this thing, getting these paper up on back up on my ditties. These other voices out of luck, I hop up out the bed, pay straight to the money bag. Moving when the make them trying to make it, best believe that. Homie, where the keys at? Whip, how about the grind? Got 6 of them camellas in the back, beating the block down. Chick up in a rack, she about to make it, boy, swimming. And I work out all night, it's the only thing I'ma give them. Knocking down chickens, calling all in timber. Like, honey, I'm home. Whenever your boy enter, I fold him up and I flip him. Then it's right back down to business. The flyest man alive, I'm trying to get up in the Guinness. And I'm out just like a dentist. These niggas ain't even ready. When you come to making hits, boy, I do the shooter shetty. Please believe I'm getting fatty. Quick, fast, time petty. And it's only getting uglier. Betty, yeah, dig, I get it in. Yeah, them things are on the whip, and I got polo on my body. Polo came from when I'm dipping. Yeah, trust nobody, do it better, man. We bout whatever. When you talking that cheddar, I get it in. Yeah, them things are on that whip, and I got polo on my body. Polo came from when I'm dipping. Yeah, trust nobody, do it better, man. We bout whatever. If you talking that cheddar, hell yeah, let me slide back in this thing. A sweater on 100 with a button, no stunting, dog. I can make it rain. You see the boy, really, it don't matter. Try the boy for his chatter, we splatter your brain matter. It batter. You see the boy before I hit the curb, and while I give your girl a business, she can call me Young Bergen. What it is, I know you heard. And just in case you be asking who that I be kidding is asking, girl, what's happening? I'm back, bumping in my privacy. I be getting money while you boy be getting out of here. The diamond do you proper, I be fresh in 8732s. We tripping, we 187. You and I pity the fool that thought he ever got up in my lane. This is what I do. Close caskets for you lame. Yeah, I put them boys to shame. Shit, the guy gon' do his thing. And I'm guessing that they thought it was a move. Gang, man. Yeah, them things are on the whip, and I got polo on my body. Polo came from when I'm dipping. Yeah, trust nobody, do it better, man. We bout whatever. When you talking that cheddar, I get it in. Yeah, them things up on that whip, and I got polo on my body. Polo came from when I'm dipping. Yeah, trust nobody, do it better, man. We bout whatever. If you talking that cheddar, I get it in. 7 days around the weekend, if you do better, you do better. On family got to eat. Catch them boys up in the fleet. Cars 10, 11 deep. Hit it down, we get in the streets. You heard me? Yeah. 7 days around the weekend, if you do better, you do better. On family got to eat. Catch them boys up in the fleet. Cars 10, 11 deep. Hit it down, we get in the streets. You heard me?
Oh man, well, we're off to a good start. That's quite a banger, young man. I'm pretty impressed.
I appreciate it, man. I try.
That is really nice, man. So it sounds like you spent some time perfecting your craft there. I mean, you've got some really good, contemporary sounds, familiar sounds mixed together. But the one thing that's unmistakable is that beat, man. I mean, you really got that drop working, and it's like ripping your face off. That's something that you'll definitely turn and look if you see one of those cars, the old Impalas or something like that, with those big speakers driving by, bumping that.
Absolutely, man. You gotta have 12 or better going on in the back, man.
That's right. And speaking of cars, man, is that what you do? You trick out your car and have it nice and booming, so when you're driving around, you can play your music and impress people?
Yeah, man. It ain't stuff for me just to hear it, man. I want everybody to hear it, enjoy it, and like it, I want to feel good feeling for everybody, man.
Nice, man. Okay, well, I also saw that you were involved with writing a promo spot for a beverage called Jungle Juice, man. Tell us how that came about.
Pretty much, me and my guys, 4 Round Production, shout out to my dude, Tim Painting from Mississippi. He, I guess got an email or something from the guys, and we did a lot of fraternity events, and they had this drink called Jungle Juice. And then the Jungle Juice drink actually came out in the stores and things like that, and got word from them, and then we went at it, man. He came up with a beat, and I pretty much just tried to chew it up, man.
So was it your idea to take it forward to the Jungle Juice people, or was it his, or how did that end up landing in their offices?
I mean, he pretty much just wanted to do it and land it in a couple hands, and I'm like, if we're going to do it, let's do it, get it to them, and see what it is. They like and don't like about it, and end up using it for their promos, man, on the commercials and things like that, and it's been pretty good.
That's pretty exciting. I remember one time I did a promo spot for one of the radio stations here when I first moved to Atlanta, and used my vocoder, and it's always interesting when you make stuff and then you don't know when it's going to play, and then all of a sudden you hear it, and it's like, wow, man, that's me, and it feels really, really good,
Right, man. It's definitely in the feeling, man. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So have you gone on to do more promos, or was that like a one-off type of thing, or you plan on getting more stuff like that going on?
I definitely want to work with some different companies. But as far as promo, I mean, I did little things here as far as like community outreach type things and employment type spots and things like that. Helping people get jobs and things like that, and reaching out to the youth. I did a bunch of those. Well, not a bunch. I'd say maybe 5 or 6 of those for them for their promos and things like that. But it wasn't like a national level type thing, like the Jungle Juice.
Okay, I got you. All right, so I'm kind of a semi-studio rat. I like the production process and doing things in the studio. So I've seen a number of different processes in place when people are putting songs together. So what's your writing process like? How do you start with your idea and then getting your idea out of your head? Do you have like a little micro cassette recorder or something that you walk with, or do you just kind of come up with everything in the studio without kind of building it, little by little?
When it comes to a track, man, it gotta when I get to the studio, man, it just pop out 3, 4, 5 beats, and I'll listen to them, and one of them, it just gotta catch me, just ring something in my head, and I mean, I just go at it, try to write the whole song right then and there. Most of the time, it don't take me long. The beat gotta inspire me though, and I try to get it in and knock it out right then and there before I lose inspiration.
Okay. So once you're in that mode now, you go all the way through, or do you focus on your verse or your hook first? I mean, is it all easy, whether it's a verse or a hook, or do you kind of just focus on one or the other first?
Most of the time it's the hook. They come to my head first, but I mean, it all depends on the beat. It sounds like something I might have heard before, or something I've been thinking about, on the flight or something like that. And then the beat just clicks something in my head, man, and then like, let's get at it, let's go. And we make this most of the time.
Okay. And do you use like a lot of technology in your creative process, whether it's small recordings into your phone, or do you pull sounds off the internet, or sample still? Where are you with sampling? Because we've gone through a lot of changes in the world of sampling. But where are you with your use of technology and little electronic tools to help you with your writing?
Pretty much I'm recording on Pro Tools, a couple different mics, man. Just depending on the feeling, the emotion of the song, as far as what mic we'll use. Might dim the lights or something like that, or get real wild, turn the speakers up, the monitors up, and then as far as writing, I use an app, little writing app on my phone. Nothing spectacular, just something to jot down, a couple bars, and come back to it, or once I get the right music, the right mode, and get to it from there.
Okay. Now, I've never been to St. Louis, so maybe you could tell me a little bit better. But I'm a member of the Georgia Music Industry Association, and that's gmia.org. But I was just curious on what's the status of music organizations in other cities like St. Louis. Is there a strong foundation out there to help songwriters and people in the music industry?
I mean, it's a lot of opportunity here. It's a lot of artists, man, a lot of guys that sound really good, but it's a lot of segregation going on. Nobody wants to help the other out or, feature on anything for whatever reason. I mean, I pretty much lend my hand anywhere I can to anybody. That's what I like about Atlanta. They pretty much got a brotherhood. Everybody try to help everybody out. And, I mean, everybody has a similar goal in mind. Why not help each other out? But the segregation here is really bad, man. It's like it's every man for themselves here. I mean, you got to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times it depends on, like you were saying, people helping each other out. And if that's not happening that well, it becomes a real battle to climb up out the funk.
Right. It's dog eat dog, man, when it comes to, people not reaching out, not reaching back. You got your pioneers and stuff like that. I mean, even when you hear St. Louis, the guys who came out, you've seen them, you know them. But when you hear St. Louis, you think Nelly. But you can't name anybody outside of the St. Louis that come under that umbrella.
Right. I feel you, man. So listen, we met through a mutual contact, Charlene Bowden, and I know I met her through my publicist Lynn Kay, and shout outs to Lynn Kay. But how did you meet Charlene? Was that on your side of the country or here, or how did that come about?
With Charlene, it was just a mutual friend. One of my girls knows, heard my music, she emailed me, wanted to work with me. Her schedule was crazy, my schedule was crazy, and really worked out, so we've been branching out and see what else we can get into as far as expanding the brand and getting going.
Okay, yeah, she's a great person, and shout out to Charlene Bowden over at It's Just Us Radio as well, and she's doing big things with Comcast. So that's pretty good. So listen, we've got a couple more minutes left in the segment, so we got another song of yours coming up, and I don't know why. I guess it's my age why I think about Yoko Ono, but how did this title come about for your next song, Yoko?
Yeah, the Yoko song came from a mixtape that I was working on off and on. I mean, I'm branching in so many different projects. Lately, I haven't been able to finish stuff, but this mixtape in particular, My Brother's Keeper, I was listening to the artist that was coming under Wiz Khalifa, and he had the song, and somebody sent me the beat, and we just went at it, and that's pretty much where it came from, the Yoko Ono, and I switched it up, put my own flavor to it, and even for the most part, they responded real well to it, man. They loving it.
Wow. Well, on that note, let's go on and check out Yoko. Dizz the Don, let's do this.
Yeah. Well, all right. Hey, yo, we in this. Turn the up, throwing money, let it fly. On my what? Got a wifey, but I'm in this thing and looking for. These chickens get to choosing when they see us pulling up, face down. Ain't no more to combo. We riding, then let's get it. All of y'all up in the Tahoe. Choosing got my attention. Say I like the way I do it. If you ever try me, I got shooters. No, not Cupid. They go, and I go stupid. Who else you know do it? I get it in hot as hell. I make it humid. I be booming. I go hard up in that bank. You know, if you ain't talking about money, get the out my face. I'm a mug. Beastin' on you. VVS is flawless. dollars in that bells game, be vicious. Top back, I'm hitting switches. Going back to Cali and don't be bout it. Found him slumped up in the alley. White girl, she from the valley. Say she like my single. See, I'm getting money, stacking chips up like they Pringles. You ain't playing no bingo, but my steps straight and I'm winning. Damn, be mad, it's only beginning, let me finish. V8 inch Benny, your baby mama rap me. Poppin' and she grinning. Blow it back out, flip it, slap it up and spin it. Deuce is what I tell them. I'm riding around, I get it. It's all up in my business. I get it, you see it. Whipping something mean. The license plate say these shit. Nobody with the click. We be on that new shit. Going to the moon. It's OOFAB. I'm gone.
I'm liking that, man. That's another hot banger you got there. So you know, it sounds like like I said, you've been in the game for a minute. So did you have a lot of work done on mixtapes too? Where does mixtapes sit in your picture right now?
As far as right now, I mean, I've been working and diving and dabbing like most of my fan base. They want me to do it. But I've been working a little, and I mean, I pretty much reach out as far as social media goes and let them know that, I mean, it's in the work, but I have so much other stuff going on that they can hear, that they can feel, they can touch. You know, that the mixtape is in process, but I mean, it's not number one as far as that goes. So I'm definitely working on it for everybody that knows this is done and listen to this done. I'm definitely working on it, but I mean, I got some of my stuff going on, just working with people from Ireland and Northern UK and things like that. So I mean, I had to put myself down a little bit, you know, in order to get those things going.
So with you working with these people over there, I mean, are you doing mostly everything like through file sharing through the internet, or are they coming over here to the States? Are you going over there? What's going on?
This one artist, Kiki, I think is her name. She was talking about coming to the States for a while and working on some stuff. But for the most part, we've been emailing and Facebooking and things like that back and forth. And we got a really unique sound. And I say unique because, I mean, we don't hear their stuff that much on our side. So it's definitely a challenge. And, I mean, I like a challenge, man. And,
that's cool.
And seems like we're creating some good music, some stuff. Her fans definitely will like something different for the both of us.
Okay. So are you just basically just focusing on making tracks, making music, dropping vocals, and pretty much staying in that arena? Or are you looking at other things like, I don't know, like getting involved with clothing lines or, alcoholic beverages or more of that? Or, what's your plan as far as, your future expansion and branding?
My future, I pretty much now want to get out and get into the business, both inside and out, mostly out. And reach back and get that kid from the project, that kid that, he want to do it, but don't have the resources. Don't have, I want to reach back and get him up to where he want to be, where he needs to be. And that's pretty much what I want to do, man, help in any way I can. As far as clothes and things like that, I dabbled in that a little bit with a past contract that I had. It's probably again going to pop up, and I never really stopped doing it. I mean, I wear my own clothes to my shows and events and tours and things like that. So it never really stopped. But as far as like a national look, I definitely had that in the plans. But forefront, I want to get into the business and reach back and get that little guy, that little girl that needs the help, man, and get them going.
That's cool, man. So, you've mentioned reaching back a couple of times, so I'm going to assume that you, upon furthering your career, you've got a couple hits out there, you got some money in your pocket now, or more money in your pocket. Is the plan to stay in St. Louis then and become a foundation there to help and reach back and help other people, or are you plan to go someplace else and then do it from there?
Oh, well, if I'm needed, man, it's not no set place. I've traveled the whole United States, and St. Louis ain't really a bad place as far as needed resources and things like that. So wherever I'm needed, wherever I can, dive into and make things better, man, that's where I'm at.
Okay. And that's pretty cool. So let me ask you, because there was a lot of shaky things going on in our world as far as the St. Louis shootings and all that stuff. Where does things stand now? Have things like eased down, or is it still a little bit tense? I mean, where are things politically there now?
Oh yeah, man, that stuff happened literally 2 minutes away from my house. But the media blew it up way bigger than what it was. Definitely stuff going on. People still protesting. Definitely things need to change as far as my community goes and things like that. But we have to help ourselves before we expect anyone else to help us and reach out and things like that. But it's definitely a learning going on. A lot of different ideas coming about. The political look is changing pretty much. They're getting new electives in as far as boards and judges and things like that, and police officers, and so it's looking better, man. But we gotta do for ourselves what we expect someone else to do for us.
Mm-hmm. So, how did it feel, watching kind of the world just coming in, so to speak, invade your space and shape their own opinion of what happened? It's never always going to be, the perception isn't always going to be, a reflection of what actually happened. But, what's your opinion? Did they distort things tremendously to the point that it's just, you feel like saying, don't even listen to the news? Or did they touch on some aspects of these events that were able to, cause social change of some sort, or whether it's a positive direction or negative? But, what happened there?
I think the media pretty much shed some light on what everybody that lives in St. Louis or lives in the area already knew. All of it was not good. For the most part, it wasn't good. They took something that was small and made it a big media thing, CNN and everything. And I believe that's what excited the riots and all of that. Something that was small that people wanted to voice their opinions on, and they felt, unjust about, and the media took it, blew it, and, we have people all across the country coming, and that's who's getting locked up for doing the looting and things like that. People from New York and D.C. and all of that, and St. Louis doing the looting. And it wasn't even people from the neighborhoods, but what hit the news was people from Ferguson is doing all the craziness, doing the shooting, doing the looting, just showing their own neighborhood when that wasn't necessarily the case.
That is amazing. It took me back so far because I grew up in Brooklyn, and I remember back in the mid-'70s there was a power outage, and like it was called the blackout. And of course it was not planned, but I'll tell you what, as soon as the lights went out and people figured out that they weren't coming back on, they went straight to it and, ripping gates open from storefronts, and it was just bizarre. I never saw nothing like that before.
Yeah, it definitely got hectic. It wasn't all of it. Look, for the people with Ferguson, St. Louis and whatnot. But as far as how big it got, how excited it got, it was media, blowing it out of proportion real crazy and trying to bear a light on the city when it didn't have to be.
I got you. Okay, so hey man, we're gonna check out another song. You've got this song called "Turn Up." What's that all about?
Turn Up. This is what they was down another song from the mixtape that I was working on. Pretty much what it is. Turn up, swag, get it on, man, and get out here and party. And I pretty much had both St. Louis and Chicago in mind when I was writing that, man, and get out here, man, get going, do whatever it is you want to do. Be the best dude at McDonald's, or be the CEO on the Fortune 500, whatever it is you want to do, man. Just get out and get it, man. Turn up.
I like that, man. That's what's up. Here's Dizz the Don, y'all, with Turn Up.
Yeah? Who did this beat again?
David Banner.
Everybody know I put on from a city, from the gardens up to Wrigley, from the Luda where the baby roller. Rockin' with me, turn up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah, turn up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah, man. I put on from a city, from the gardens up to Wrigley, from the Luda where the baby roller. Rockin' with me, turn up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah, turn up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah. Hold up, let me get back on my show. Done quick, it in like I did this. Flirt, yeah, I'm on Marsh. You looking at it, made me rich. Rockin' the Bay, down to the A. Hard in the Lou old fab all day. About that bread, bongo, get ever try me, get found in the river, let go. Yo, crazy, I go hand, rock right and sell yo. Go damn. She say she be down for it, all face down and the doors up on Rams, yo. I told him I'ma get it by all means. I'm talking big bank stacks, taller than y'all mean. Whole team of hustlers, boy, my rebound cream. Ride big, leaning in the whip you ain't never seen. I does you couldn't even do in your wildest dream. Laughing at you first class, kicked up in leather seats, so hating me. You will never be on my level, baby. We do gon' coast you, you ain't ready. Trying to tell you, bro, I'm focused. Aiming at you, trying to stop me, and I ain't trying to sound confident. I'm just got you know I put on from a city, from the gardens up to Wrigley, from the Luda where the baby roller. Rockin' with me, turn up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah, turn up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah, man. I put on from a city, from the gardens up to Wrigley, from the Luda where the baby roller. Rockin' with me, turn up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah, turn up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, I'm in this bucket. My life be like a movie. The stunts you tryin', we did already, so there was not moving. And it's my duty to please that booty. I'ma need two just to get me right now. I'm stuck, I'm 2 cups so then gave me purple Sprite. I mean that alright with me. Give me a Coco Loso and a shot of 3 of Patron. Got me posing, but no photo work. Shorty say she look like Janet Jackson, got out looking like Tony Braxton. Either way, I'm smashed. Fool with it. Put on for my city, got 'em rockin', jiggin', jockin', moppin' like I'm Diddy. Check me out. I need me something stupid with a Hemi and a chick that get ratchet, keep it poppin' like a simi. It's nothing up in me, yeah, it's all up to the AB. And when it come to money, I need more. Give me living life like it's for TV. Turned up to the max and ain't no squares in my circle. Best believe that, man. Hold up. Yeah. Who them? Man, let go. Turn up.
Yeah. Good stuff there, man. Turn Up by Dizz the Don. Hey, man, this is some good music I'm listening to, man. I want to make sure folks can find you and get your music, check you out, see your videos and stuff. So what kind of a contact and network information can you share with the listeners today?
You can pretty much type in Dizz Don, D-I-Z-Z, D-A-D-O-N in Google, and most of my stuff will pop up. The YouTube stuff will go. Reverb Nation / Dizz Don. Check out some stuff. MySpace.com, still got a MySpace / Dizz Don Music. Like I said, YouTube and all of that. Twitter, Dizz Don, and catch up with me, man.
Cool. So, in your professional opinion, where's the music going? What's happening with? I don't know if you want to talk about the music industry in general, or if you want to talk about where rap and hip hop is going, or the mixture with the R&B dance music. Is there any future with electronic dance music, welding with rap and hip hop? I know I threw a couple of questions at you at the same time, so to speak, but just give me your thoughts.
My thoughts on music, for the most part, it's a good mixture going on, man, for the people that, don't want to be stuck in one genre. I mean, you may be good at rap, and even though you can rap, but your heart might not be in it totally. And you might want to sing. You might want to get into some top 40 or something like that. And people like Wayne and Young Thug like that, like they do a good mixture, and get everybody involved. And I mean, that blends some cultures and things like that. So as far as the music goes, it'll be a little bit rocky. People gonna bump some heads and things like that as far as the different genres go. But I think it's a good match.
Okay, that's cool. So tell us now, in your promotional efforts for your music, I mean, I'm sure you shot it out everywhere. What happened? Why was Sweden, the UK, Ireland, that area of the world? Why was that place, that area, the area that you got some traction in?
Mm-hmm.
Did you focus on getting some traction going in Ireland and all that, or did you just kind of blast it out and it kind of picked up and people grabbed onto it over there?
No, I just pretty much put some tracks up on my website and on YouTube and things like that. And DJ Stick, he's also from St. Louis, but he pretty much DJs all over the country and has a radio station and everything. He heard some tracks, he loved them. Started putting them on the radio and London first, and did a couple shows, spinning the Turn Up track, and pretty much people ate it up, man. They loved it. Got to work for a radio station in Ireland, and so it's been spinning that like crazy, man. The love just is all over, man. They just been eating it up.
Wow. That's pretty hot, man. That is really hot. So I'm sure you got plans to get out there and rock the house one day soon.
Absolutely, man. I'm working on that now as far as getting out there, doing some international type thing, working some things out, and coming up with a game plan as far as being out there.
Cool.
And I definitely want to get out.
All right. So what kind of advice would you give to those coming up after you, following your footsteps?
Pretty much, man, just plain and simple, be good or be good at it. I mean, just, if you got a natural talent, everybody raps for the most part, but, you got that little niche, that groove that nobody else got. Work on that, keep it moving, and even if you ain't good at it, that's something that you want to do. Put your heart into it, put your all into it, don't let nobody else tell you anything that'll stop you, man. Just be good or be good at it.
That's so cool, man. Well, listen, man, I definitely want to make it out to St. Louis, man. I've got a book called, actually, it's a couple books, Musicology. Let's just say it's the Musicology series, made up of Musicology 2101 and 2102. And I would love to check out the St. Louis area and get out there and share that book out there. And on the other hand, I would love for you to make it on over here to Atlanta sometime so we can hang out, maybe come to the studio and cut a track or something over here and bring that back with you, bring a couple gems back with you. But man, I certainly do appreciate your time. You could have been any number of places, but you spent the time right here sharing, your knowledge and your experience with us, man. So we definitely appreciate you. Hey folks, we want y'all to check out Dizz the Don. And you got any shout outs, any famous last words?
Pretty much, I want to shout out my entire city, Chicago, man. I do this for us, man, do it for the fam. And Charlene, definitely, thanks for the connect. And like I said, be good or be good at it. Don't let nobody tell you nothing else different than what you want to do.
Yeah, that's true, man. You got to have your own way, or there's always going to be someone else's way.
Absolutely.
That's true. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. www.rawtruthradio.com, your home of the best music and information on the internet. And as always, I like to leave with a famous little saying, and that is, God wants us all to do something good for him. But first, we have to do something good for ourselves. I'm L.A. Jackson with Dizz, the Don. And we'll be back again with more info. Hey, man, thanks for coming on the show, bro. We do appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
No doubt. And we are out of here. Peace.
You won't have to see like, know just what it feels like. Come over and dance with me. Oh, babe. Won't you come over and dance with me? Come over and dance with me. Come over and dance with me. Oh, babe. I see you over there sitting in the corner. Eyes on me.
Check out The L.A. Jackson Show Monday through Friday on www.rawtruthradio.net. You just never know what you're going to hear next.